Hello and welcome to the Guy, Sharyn and Clint podcast. Actually, why aren't I in this? Why? Tell me why!
Guy, Sharyn and Clint.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the show. Guy, Sharyn and Clint. It's bang on 3 o'clock.
Hi there, my. Was that not a good intro?
No, it was good. It was nice.
Was it racist?
No.
It was okay?
Yeah.
Because I'm quite white.
Yeah.
So I feel awkward when I do that, but I felt like I was passionate.
It was okay. It could have been worse. It could have been like, hi, Raymond! Hi, Raymond!
I'm improving as a human being.
Guy, Sharyn and Clint on the edge.
There is a ridiculous thing going on right now in New Plymouth because their KFC burnt down. It must be the only KFC in town.
Do you reckon a burnt down KFC smells even better than regular KFC?
Yeah. Oh,
like
you know
charcoal
it does.
KFC?
Oh, where's all the chicken skin? Where's all the chicken skin? It's in my mouth. I'm not a firefighter, but I'll find it now. Sorry.
How did the how the KFC burnt down? Was the
It burnt down because it was on fire. And
Make the joke.
I was about to do the worst joke of all time.
Was the hot and spicy too hot?
Thank God you saved me, Sharon. You saved me from that.
But there was a post yesterday on the KFC Facebook page asking if anyone was interested of getting a bus from the New Plymouth KFC to the Hawera store this weekend, so that people could still get their KFC fix.
That's amazing.
And it's not actually that uncommon. You can call us on 0800 The Edge or text us at 3343 or even just whack it up on our Facebook page. What have you travelled a long distance for?
How far do you reckon it is, Howard, to New Plymouth? Because that seems like extreme lengths. Like, that person must really love their KFC.
Well, if it's worth getting a shared bus, you'd have to think it was a little way. We used to drive about an hour when I lived in Rotorua to go to Wendy's in Tauranga.
That's committed.
Well, it's a 2-hour round trip. So
2 hours in the car?
Yeah.
To have a hamburger?
Just to get a square patty. Mm.
Damn.
But the thing about this is that when they did this post, that more than 100 people said that they would be down for the bus, which means there's going to be people fighting on there to get their quarter pack.
Is the bus happening?
Well, it looks
Imagine
like it
how
might
annoying
be.
it'll be for the person who works the drive-thru if the bus takes the drive-thru.
Get this though, in New Plymouth, when this happened back in 2010, it got a $1.5 million upgrade. Then, when it reopened, there was traffic chaos and waits up to 40 minutes to get their KFC.
Yeah,
that is
right.
how much the Naki love their trucking.
It's hot property. So 0800 The Edge, what would you go a long distance for?
We got Joel on 0800 The Edge. Joel, what are you travelling a long distance for?
When we were at 7th form, we used to travel from Motueka near Nelson through to Christchurch just to grab Burger King at Johns Road.
Oh.
Okay. So to Nelson, it's about 45 minutes. From Nelson to Christchurch, that's 5 hours. You were travelling almost 6 hours for Burger King.
Yeah, pretty much 4.5 to 5.5 hours from Mott, pretty much through to Christchurch. We'd just head through to Johns Road, grab a feed, turn around, head back.
And then go back. You'd be hungry by the time you got home.
What was so great? What were you going for? The BK chicken, or were we going for the Whopper? Like, what's so great about it?
Oh, just at the time, Nelson didn't have Burger King. It was sort of 2000, 2001.
Hey.
It was quite a treat.
We had McDonald's. I worked there. Why didn't you just come by McDonald's to Hunanui, mate?
The service was terrible.
Good call.
Tracy, what were you travelling a long distance for?
I was heading out to Silverdale from Manukau to get my hair coloured.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I totally understand that one. I would do the same thing.
Does Silverdale have better hair colouring than Manukau does?
Well, it's a friend of mine who does it, and I at least trust her with my hair, and that's the big thing. Like, I've gone to Rodney Wayne, and they've stuffed it up before, and I kind of don't want to go around
Dang.
looking like a
Shots fired.
Yeah, definitely. Hairdressers worth the travel for. I would travel 5 hours for my hairdresser, personally.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. She's the best in the West.
Do you know what we should do? We should do a prank where we just move Sharon's hairdresser out of town just to see if that happens.
Don't leave me, Katie. Don't leave me.
Great text from the text machine. I flew Wellington to Auckland a few years ago for Carl's Jr. when it first opened. Got there and they'd closed because it was sold out. Such commitment, such a failure. Oh, I travelled 20 minutes out of my way on the way to uni just on the off chance that I pass a guy I still have feelings for. That's commitment.
That's also stalking, maybe.
That's romantic if it comes off.
Luke, where were you travelling a long distance for?
I travelled to San Francisco to play a video game.
What? Can you not get the video game here, or why would you go all that way?
No. It was a Game Changers event. So basically, it's for the new Battlefield, and they wanted opinions on what they could change and what they should keep.
Can I just say, nerds? Sorry, mate. That's probably really awesome. I'm so sorry.
Luke, before you go, Luke, do you want to say that back to Guy because he's just as much of a nerd as you are?
No, I'd just like to say that it got paid for, so I didn't need to pay for it.
I got served.
Oh, thanks, Luke. Pull
That's
the shame
awesome.
curtains. Pull the shame curtains.
Squicky.
Hey, Michelle, what would you travel a long distance for?
Well, I travel from Wellington through to Palmerston just to go to Easy Buy when I could either buy the stuff online, get the catalogue sent to home and buy it over the phone.
You turned it into hard buy.
Why can't you just trust the sizes and do it online?
I don't trust the sizes. And returning it is not easy.
When you leave, when you do that 2-hour trip and you dress, do you look fabulous at the end of it?
I don't look fabulous in any dress. That's why
I'm sure you look wonderful.
You are beautiful.
No
matter what they say.
Something easy by.
Thanks,
Saved
Michelle.
it.
You're beautiful, based. Oh no, not based. Tony, save me. What would you travel a long distance for?
Hi, I travel from Christchurch to Auckland about every 6 weeks to see my hairdresser.
Christchurch to Auckland?
Yeah.
Do you want to give her a shout out right now and go, you are amazing?
She's actually overseas, but Kylie Nisbet from the Bella Hair Design, you're amazing.
Man, she must be good.
You're crossing part of the ocean just to get your hair cut.
Yeah, I've been going to her for years, and I just don't trust anyone else.
Hey, every hairdresser in Christchurch, that is huge shade being thrown at you right now. You got to fight back, man.
Yeah, thanks you call, Cora. And Tom, what would you travel a long distance for?
Haircut. I travel all the way to Fiji for my $3 haircut.
No, you don't.
You don't,
No,
Tom.
you don't, Tom.
Yes, I do. I work as a flight attendant, so I'm always in Fiji. So my local barber's in Fiji.
Loophole.
Getting your hair cut in Fiji is $3.
Yeah, well, $3 Fijian, so what's that? $2 NZ?
Do they do a good job?
Crazy.
Yeah, you know.
He
just
comes-
sort of back and sides.
He comes back from Fiji with a massive afro, eh?
And they chuck in a free Fiji gold.
I can't believe that. That is craziness.
But I guess for a $3 haircut, it's worth it.
Guy, Sharyn, and Clint on the Edge.
Huge debate in the office at the moment. I've got a mandarin that everyone else thinks is an orange, and the debate is it an orange or is it a mandarin? We'll talk more about that later in the show.
It's definitely a mandarin. I'm going to put
Definitely an orange.
I'm going to put it on our Facebook page right now.
It's getting
no, sorry,
tense.
it's definitely an orange.
Go to our Facebook page and weigh in on this because it is tense. But to change the subject right now,
The subject.
best ad on TV last night by a mile for the Civilian Party. This isn't a politics chat, by the way. This isn't a politics chat. They're a comedy party. Listen to this. Apologies to Hamilton in advance.
Did you know that if every household in New Zealand used energy-efficient bulbs, we'd save the same amount of power that Hamilton uses in a year? So instead of using energy-efficient bulbs, why don't we just get rid of Hamilton? Vote the Civilian Party.
Oh my god!
That is amazing. So we're not playing you political. We kind of are political propaganda at the moment. What that is that's an ad for the Joke Party. I don't know if you guys remember a couple of years ago, the Pulp Sport guys did the Bill and Ben Party.
Yeah, I remember.
Yes, that's right.
This year's Joke Party is called the Civilian Party, and that they spent their money on that ad, and that is pretty funny, to be honest.
How can there be such a thing as a joke party?
I'll tell you what, I actually, believe it or not, and this is, you'll just punch me right now probably, I actually did a paper at university about joke political parties.
God, you're a loser.
I know.
Hashtag daily I went to university drop in.
Okay, so what I learnt from that, though, is the reasons parties like the Civilian Party, the Bill and Ben Party, and back in the 90s it was called the McGillicuddy Serious Party.
Yeah.
The reason joke parties are important is because they're a good way to do a protest vote. And so this is good for all those people out there who are sick to death of politics. They're sick of the arguing. They're sick of the lying and the politicking that happens all the time. If you want to go, F the system, I hate this, and as opposed to not voting, which doesn't show anything, because if you don't vote, then basically people just think you're lazy.
Yeah.
If you want to F the system and go, we need a change and I hate all the parties, vote for the Civilian Party. You're throwing your vote away. It doesn't count for anything. They're not going to get into Parliament. They're not going to have any power.
Is it dangerous? Do they have any really serious policies that we're not aware of?
Wait, are they the party that's looking to get rid of fast food tax?
No.
Because I'd vote for that.
No. I don't think anyone's looking to put on a fast food tax. I don't know. We're going to know that. No, they have no serious policies.
Yeah.
That was one of their policies on the ad, and it was to get rid of Hamilton. So
Hamilton is awesome.
Yeah.
Get out of town, you guys.
Some of the best really short relationships we've ever had were in Hamilton.
But if you want to piss away your vote and say F you to the system, then vote for the Civilian Party, because it's a good way to say screw you to the politicians.
That's a joke. Love you, Hamilton.
Guy, Sharyn and Clint. On the edge.
Hi, I love you, and I bought you this sweet treadmill.
I hate you and I'm leaving you.
What am I doing wrong?
Shaz Dog's Love Shack.
If you've got a question that you would like to be answered in the Love Shack, maybe it's something that you feel too weird about asking someone else, so ask me, your old mate Shaz Dog. Call us on 0800 The Edge or text us to 3343.
Coming hot off the text machine, Shaz Dog. I don't really know this guy, but I want to get to know him better. What questions should I ask him?
Hey, how are you?
That's a good start.
It's a good opener. Just what did you get up to on the weekend? And then the things that, just general questions you can pick. If you listen to what they say, you'll be able to pick things. So you'll be like, what did you get up to on the weekend? Oh, I went jet skiing. Do you like jet skiing? What else do you do?
Do you want to
it's all about the art of conversation.
Simulate a conversation with me right now, Shaz Dog?
Hey, how are you?
Good.
What did you get up to on the weekend?
Nothing.
What do you mean you didn't do anything? You just sat at home all day?
Yeah, basically.
What's the wallpaper in your room like?
It's white.
Is it? Do you always wear white clothes?
See, this is not going anywhere. We need some better questions. Here's a question.
No, you're bad talent. That's where you know that you don't want to date that dude. So it's
I would have, if this was a real thing and I was trying to pick you up, I would have tapped out 2 questions in.
Okay, next question. Hi, I'm trying to impress a girl, and the first time we hung out was a disaster. What's something that we can do together?
If you're really nervous about it, and maybe last time you did it in a group situation, this time just do it one-on-one, and go do it somewhere that you feel comfortable.
That's great advice.
Thank you, Guy.
Hey guys. Oh, this is a good one. Okay. Hey guys, I'm in a long-distance relationship. We've been going out for 5 months now, and I've never met her. Never Skyped her. I've rung her on Facebook and talked for 3 years now. Oh wait, for 3 years now? No. Okay, so they've been going for 5 months. He's never seen her in the flesh and hasn't really spoken on the phone, only briefly. He's worried he could be getting catfished. I think that's a term.
I think after 5 months, if you haven't traded pictures or at least video chatted with somebody you've met online that you are now in a relationship with, I would be really concerned.
Yeah.
I would definitely want to initiate a Skype conversation. If they're reluctant to do that, then get a real life girlfriend.
Chang is losing the plot in his little booth, and I can see him mouthing.
That's
going,
because Chang's really embarrassed that we read out his question.
Chang's mouthing going, it's a man! It's a man!
And definitely do not give them any of your bank details, anything, passport, nothing like that. But definitely you need to find out whether or not they're for real.
Chances are it's a man!
Hi, I love you, and I bought you this sweet treadmill.
I hate you and I'm leaving you.
What am I doing wrong?
Shaz Dog's Love Shack.
Quick question from the text machine. Shaz Dog, my hubby wants to try nipple clamps, and I'm scared. Sad face, sad face, sad face, sad face.
My rule, if you're uncomfortable, don't do it.
If he wouldn't do it to himself, or maybe he wants to try it on himself.
Yeah, good question. Which one's doing it?
I know. That's my whole thing with anything like that. If you're uncomfortable, don't do it.
Or fight fire with fire. Go, I'll do the nipple clamps if you do testicle clamps. It's a good idea.
Ouch. Hey, Sarah, what's your question for the Love Shack?
Oh, well, I'm dating my flatmate, and it's pretty recent. And I was wondering, how do you keep things from going, down, bad?
I just stayed with sorry to cut your lunch here, Shaz Dog, but I just stayed with a friend in Australia who was dating his flatmate. Yeah. And it kind of just happened by accident. Did that happen for you, Sarah? Like, it just randomly happened one night, and then all of a sudden you were sleeping over in each other's room?
Yeah.
He had to pull the pin. He had to say, look, this can't happen anymore because we live together. And now he's moving out of the flat, but not because of that. He had the chat, and he's like, look, it's only going to go a bad way, so we've got to stop doing it. He actually didn't see any good way of it going.
Oh, okay.
That's bad
but
news.
we've gotten to that point where it's like a bit more.
Yeah, well, if you've decided to be in a relationship together and it's not causing any issues, then I reckon just stop overthinking it and just go with the flow.
Yeah, but if you're going to be in a relationship, now do you have to move out so that you live apart first until you're ready to move in together?
But then if they're perfectly happy doing what they're doing right now, then just keep your own rooms and just do your own thing and see what happens.
Sarah, it is a tricky situation. My best advice is move in together, but don't get too close. Bunk beds. Works for everyone. It's a lot of fun.
No.
And that way you can halve the rent of a room.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Oh, that could be funny.
Yeah, there you go. All
Give
right,
it a go, Sarah, but most importantly, don't overthink it. Kev, what's your question?
Yeah, I have trouble. I'm 63 years old. I seem to attract women between 26 and 48.
Oh, you're old
Kev, you stud. You stud muffin.
They reckon I'm witty. I'm a hard case. I make them laugh. And
Yeah.
I don't seem to get the older ones.
Do you want the older ones?
Yeah, I want to get married again, mate. I've been separated for 20 years.
Mate, marry a 23-year-old. They're heaps of fun.
Oh, no. That's too much time in bed.
I think... wow, I never thought I would get this question. Kev, I think you just need to look at the places that you're hanging out. Maybe you're hanging out in places that there's too many young people in. Go hang out at a Lone Star.
I go to town and, just town, walking down the street and I get chatting to someone and they say, oh, do you want to come around for tea tonight? And, one thing leads to another and...
Kev, I actually have no answer. I honestly think that you just need to start saying no to the young ones and start going and being proactive to places where the older ones will be. Or
Like the RSA.
Or try some online dating or something.
A grey power meeting.
Yeah, I was going to do the online dating. My son told me to do that. He calls me a cradle snitcher.
Go try the online dating, Kev, and just be picky.
Your son's calling you a cradle snatcher.
New Zealand First Convention.
Yeah.
Your son's probably jealous.
Some of them, he is, because some of them are younger than him.
Oh, God.
34.
Thank you so much for calling, Kev. Good luck.
Kev, you're a legend, mate. Thanks.
Kev's got sick game.
Bye.
Bye.
Guy, Sharyn and Clint. On the edge.
Clint's been going crazy about this crap that he saw on the internet.
No.
Yeah.
This is so weird.
It's weird.
Introduce it how you were going to introduce it.
Clint saw something wacky on the internet. Clint, take it away.
This is when we were in Australia last week.
Yeah.
The government is teaching Australians how to have sex.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This is bizarre.
Yeah.
This is really, really
so
weird.
what they're doing is
way?
so they're doing it as a like a couples counselling type package, and they're going, hey, don't get divorced so much, Australia. Maybe one of the reasons you guys are having so much divorce is because you're not having good sex.
Okay.
So now there is a taxpayer-funded government initiative to teach Australians about better sex.
This
Great idea.
This is weird.
It's weird.
Why is it weird?
Bro, it sucks.
They're saying that there's a pattern in divorces. The three biggest reasons people get divorced is lovemaking, money, and children.
Wait.
So
you don't know. You just made that up.
no, it's like a common thing that people say. It's money, kids,
Money,
and
I believe.
lovemaking.
Okay.
And I think this is a great idea.
not the
Okay,
kid's
I'm
fault.
all. Hey. I'm all about better sex. Have better sex. Good for your marriage. What I'm weird about is how it's a government thing. Let's bring it to New Zealand for a second.
Yeah.
And let's put on an educational DVD with John Key, who's in your lounge, and you've turned down the lights, you've opened a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
And John Key's there and he's like, hi, I'm John, and this is Brona, and we're here to tell you about better lovemaking. Brona, tell them what I'm like.
I don't think it's something like that. Do you know what? The divorce is really common, which is really sad. Like the stats, is it like 1 in 3 or 1 in 5, something like that? And
Dunno, you're making up a lot of stats today.
no, but this is something I'm actually really interested in as someone that's married. I'm all about learning how that your marriage can last and how people have marriages for lifetimes. And in New Zealand especially, or anywhere, if you've had couples counselling or anything like that, it's so expensive. So if there is something that is subsidised by the government, all for it. Because a lot of people don't even try because it's so expensive.
This is the biggest waste of money I've ever heard in my life. No one's marriage that's on the rocks is going to be saved because they're taught some sweet new sleeping together positions.
By the Australian government.
By the government. This is amazing.
I don't think that's it. Otherwise I just send everyone a book on the Kama Sutra.
Hey, Sharyn, whose side are you going to believe? Yours or mine? Who's the one who's married here?
Me.
Oh, damn it. That backfired real badly.
I'm probably not going to believe the guy who...
Hey, no need to put insults in, okay? I realise my life isn't going great. I realise I'm not a cool guy. No need to put the boot in.
No, I think it's great because it's going to help people, and it is like you look at the texts we get in for Love Shack. Most of the questions from people in marriages we get for Love Shack.
No, most of the questions we get for Love Shack is my wanger too small?
Did you listen to what I just said? Most of the questions we get through on Love Shack from people that are married or in really long-term relationships
is how do I dispose of the body easily?
Most of them are to do with troubles in the bedroom, so this could actually help.
Guy, Sharyn and Clint on the bloody edge.
Last week was meant to be the last ever cash cannon. Then we gave it a V, and we made it bigger, and we made it better, and we've got one more week out of it. And today is the last cash cannon that we get to do in the Edge Studios.
Which es game show los numero uno. El giant disclose monetary reward.
El cash cannons?
El cash cannon. All over your face.
I'm going to miss the cash cannon.
You laugh every single time at the same bit too.
All over your
so
face.
immature.
The voice is so good though.
We've got Sam on 0800 The Edge. Sam, you get to shoot the last ever cash cannon.
Oh my god! I can't believe it.
No, whose cannon are you going to choose? Are you going to go with the winner chicken dinner over here? Going to go with me?
Come on, Sam, show us some
Or are you
love.
going to go with one of these loser boys that have not given away as much money as I have?
Sam?
Oh my god, I'm so nervous.
Pick me, Sam.
Pick me, Sam. Sam, I love you. I love you.
Sam, there's only one of us not begging, by the way.
Sisters are doing it for themselves.
I'm gonna have to go with Sharyn.
Yeah!
Oh!
Yeah, girl, you know it's good for you. Okay, I'm gassing up the
It's a lot of pressure,
cash cannon
Shaz
now.
dog.
Oh, my thing's not gassing up. I'll try it anyway. Here we go. In 3,
Don't shoot me!
2.
Oh!
If this is the last one, I'm definitely shooting it at you. There's a lot of money,
cash.
Sam. There's a lot of money.
It's raining. It's raining cash.
You've won $500.
I'm not ready to say goodbye to the cash cannon, and we've still got 2 more cannons in the studio at the moment. What do you reckon? Should we let a few more of these cannons off?
I'm keen as 2 bees. Let's do
You guys
it.
haven't done it. Let's definitely shoot another one. Are you ready, Sam?
Yes.
Okay, we'll do another one.
You can have my cannon as well, Sam.
Okay, 20.
Hey!
Sam, you just got another $500.
Hey!
That is $1,000 so far, but
I want to do it too. I want to do it too.
Okay,
I'm drunk with power. I'm going crazy. Here we go. Hey! $200 more.
So all up, Sam, we just gave the cash cannons our own V. You've won $1,200.
Thank you.
No, thank you. We all really wanted to pull the trigger.
It was so rewarding.
If you want to be part of the true farewell to the Edge cash cannon, we're doing it in the Aotea Square in Auckland tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Come down and we're going to shoot it off. There's going to be some people catching cash on their heads. There's over $6,000 to be given away, and we'll do the final cash cabin that's been given a V tomorrow.
Guy, Sharyn and Clint. Edge.
We're just yarning around the office. How did you get the birds and the bees chat? It's awkward to talk about, but everyone's got to do it at some stage. Shaz dog pipes in. Apparently, she never had it. She never had that awkward chat with her parents.
Nah, I didn't. I went round to this girl's house. Her name was like Catherine something. And went round to her house and she had these encyclopedias. And she goes, do you know how babies are made? And I was like, no. And so she showed me in the encyclopedia and it had like pictures of a baby in the womb
that's good.
and stuff.
I was worried you still didn't know.
And then I went home that night and I was having my night shower and I'd taken my Barbies in. And my mum came in and she goes, "Aw, the Barbie's having a cuddle," because I'd set up my 2 Ken dolls and my 2 Barbie dolls in separate corners and they were on top of each other. I was like, no, they're having sex. And my mum's like, oh! And I walked out and shuts the door. That's as much of the birds and the bees chat that I ever got.
That was it. 0800 The Edge of Text in the 3343. We need to share our awkward experiences so Sharyn can understand how awkward the chat is.
Yeah. Well, mine was, I know, this haunts me to this day.
Yeah.
And Dad, if you're listening, I'm sorry for making this so awkward. I know
Regrets?
it was awkward for you.
Yeah.
And I know you tried, mate. It was 6th form ball night, so my first school ball.
Yeah.
And I'd just got my suit on and Dad goes, come in here. Called me into his room.
Yeah.
And he'd got a pamphlet from family planning on how it all works.
I had researched it.
Yeah, it had a condom stuck to the front of it. And he was like, let's just have a quick chat. And I was like, oh, Dad, yuck, no! And I stormed off. And to this day, I never got the rest of the chat.
It was more like, Dad, I don't need one of those.
Yeah, I was like...
You still would have had a high voice then, eh?
Yeah, okay, sorry.
Dad, leave me alone. I'm going to the ball.
I'm not even going with a girl. Yuck.
Passion up hard.
So share your awkward experiences with Shaz Dog and let us know how awkward it really is.
We've got, is it Laker?
Laker.
What happened for you when you got the birds and the bees chat?
Well, my dad sort of decided to just bypass the chat, and he gave me a book about sex when I was 10.
Oh,
When you're 10 years old.
How graphic was this book?
Oh, well, it was one of those educational ones. Because he's a printer, and he was printing them out, and he just grabbed one, decided, I'll give it to her now.
I feel like 10 years old is a little bit young, but thanks for your story. That was awesome.
Sarah, what about you?
Well, my mum's quite open in our family, and my best friend, her father's not. So my mum took it upon herself while she was pissed to tell her about, and she said to her, well, foreplay is a must. If he doesn't do foreplay, he's not worth it. Don't bother.
That is amazing.
God,
Getting into the details. You've got to start with a back rub, guys.
I bet you she wasn't allowed to. She was allowed to go around there again. Danae, who gave you the chat?
It was my grandmother.
Oh,
Whoa,
man.
that's
okay.
tense.
So what happened?
Well, she was picking me up from bowling with my friends, and she saw that I was sitting on an older friend's lap. And I was only 12 years old at the time, so it didn't mean anything to me. But on the drive home, my grandparents got very, very serious and quiet, and they were like, that gives them bad ideas when you do that. And I was like, what? What are you talking about?
When you're 12. When Grandma eventually did talk you all the way through it, was Grandma quite traditional, or was she a little bit freaky?
She didn't talk. She was very against having it before marriage. So she
very
was
traditional.
Kind of doing, making it sound scary and everything.
Hey, that is so awkward.
So, actually, I just realised I got one part of the talk, and it was from my sister Jocelyn. She just goes, do you know what something that rhymes with Jiffy is? and I was like, no. And then her and her friend told me and my friend Catherine, and we were like, we're just going to say, we're like, you've got a tippy.
We're getting amazing stories from people telling us how they got the story of the birds and the bees.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about the birds and
Okay.
the bees.
Listen to this text. This will make you go a bit nuts. Okay, this is someone texted and said, she's a woman. She said, my mum took me to the doctor under false pretenses. And then when we got there, asked the doctor to check if my hymen was broken, and then chucked me on the pill.
Wow.
That is such an awkward way to find out about it, eh?
That was quite a graphic story,
Can
too.
I-
Thank you for that.
Can I tell you my way? Not as graphic. All right. When I was at university.
Yeah.
So, like, Mum, the horse is bolted. I've been on the internet before then, right?
With you, though, has it?
My mum gave me a letter, like a sealed letter, like we're from the 1840s or something, with a story about respecting women and how it all works, and a box of condoms. And those condoms, because I wasn't getting any at the time, were basically just a tragic reminder of how lonely I really was.
If you were my...
Each day we got closer and closer to the expiry of that box of condoms that were bought for me by my bloody mum. Damn you, mum. It scarred me.
You poor thing. Isaac, what was your talk like?
It was really awkward. I think it went for about half an hour, and he went into so much detail using my mum and him as an example. And it was the most painful time of my life. And I was 16, like this was last year.
Isaac, was it like your dad was bragging about your mum?
Yeah, pretty much.
Also, Isaac, do your parents not know the curriculum? You would have already done health and sex education at school already by the time you were 16?
Well, that's the thing. About 30 minutes later, I just stopped and I said, I've already had sex multiple times.
Stop bragging about it, mate.
And he looked at me and he just smiled. He said, I've never been so proud of you right now.
Oh,
and he turns to you and he goes, I've had sex multiple times too, with your mum.
Too much. More calls. Hey, Charlotte, what is your awkward Birds and the Bees chat story?
My mum didn't actually want to give it to me, and so she blatantly sat me down at like 16, and she said, if you ever have any questions about sex or anything like that, you can just go talk to the ladies at family planning across the road from my work. They're really lovely there.
Oh my God.
She sent you to family planning rather than say it herself.
Well, she didn't send me there, but she just said, whenever you feel like you need to talk, just go there first.
Just go somewhere else.
That is a genius idea, my mum. Outsource it.
Velma, what was your birds and the bees chat?
Okay, so when I was 5, my dad had an affair with a lady, and my mum was in hospital, and he thought it would be clever to go and see his mistress and take me with.
When your mum was in hospital?
Yeah.
Wow.
And anyway, so they put a scary movie on, and I fell asleep, and they left me on the couch. So I went and looked for my dad and caught them doing it, and she was on top. And a couple of weeks later, I had one of those huge dolls that's like my size, and I was riding the doll going, woo-hoo!
Oh my God.
And my brothers thought it was hilarious, and because they were quite older than me, and so they called my mum, and my mum's like, what the hell are you doing? And so I was like, I'm doing what that other lady did on Daddy.
Oh my God! Oh, that is such...
Your mum must have lost her absolute rag. That is a great but terrible story. Hold the line. We're going to hook you up with a prize.
That deserves a prize. That deserves a clap.
That deserves something. Wow. She was in hospital. There's so many layers to that story.
That is the most amazing story. I cannot believe that.
And celebrity contribution from Mike Puru. Kia ora, Mike Puru.
Oh, what an introduction.
Wow, from our second favourite breakfast show. Now, what's your story, Mike?
Yeah, fair call. Thanks for letting me be part of the afternoon show.
Yeah, just your story, mate.
So, Dad, 12 years old, in Gore,
Yeah.
I was having a shower. This is his birds and bees chat. So I'm having a shower, knock, knock, knock on the door. Yes! And Dad goes, can I come in? I go, yes! And he comes in and he hands me a can of deodorant. And he goes, mate, you just spray this under your arms. It's about time you started using this. Welcome to manhood.
Dad of the year.
Comprehensive.
Dad of the year. And it never led you astray, did it? You were sweet as from there on out.
Yeah, that's right. Nothing sweet as that.
Nothing confused, nothing, no issues whatsoever, just
no
straightforward. Thanks, Dad.
And you're in Gore and you're like, Dad, you're pretty hot. One day later, think I'm gay. I just got a text and I feel real bad about this. But someone is going to be getting the talk tonight. And because my sister-in-law just texted me and she goes, thanks so much. Miss Six just asked, what does it mean when Sharon's dolls have sex? And when is Sharon having a baby? How do we make babies again, Mum? Had to turn you off. Cheers, Auntie Sharon.
Hey, sorry to all the people who have started to have the chat with now and who probably have to finish it off at home, but at least we're talking about it, right?
Yeah, and at least maybe out of that you might have got some ways of not doing it.
And do remember, if you ain't got a rubber, there'll be no hubba hubba.
Guy, Sharyn, and Clint.
On the edge.
We have lost our minds. All day, the debate has been raging. And if you can help us out, please call us right now on 0800 The Edge or text into 3343. What is the difference between an orange and a mandarin?
Oh my God.
This is yeah. You say that, but you're as stubborn as I am.
It's
okay?
an orange.
Okay. At the start of the day, when we came into the studio, there was a random object, orange in colour, on the bench.
Orange in nature, orange in name.
It's because it's an orange.
No, but it's small. It's very small. I'd say the size is too big for a mandarin, too small for an orange. That's how I describe the size. Is that fair, guys?
Yeah, okay, yeah. For argument's sake, that's fair.
I thought it was a mandarin straight away. I go, Clint, can I have your mandarin? He goes, no, it's an orange. I go, is it yours? And he goes, no. And then I realise, oh my God, Clint doesn't know what the hell this is, where the hell it came from, what it could be. I reckon it's a mandarin. Sharyn and Clint are convinced that it's an orange.
I think it was put there to test us.
This is so tense. We posted it on our Facebook page, and we have been getting fierce debate and banter. To be honest, people are thinking both sides if they look at the picture. A lot more people, I've got to say, though, are saying mandarin. It's about 70% mandarin.
It looks like a mandarin in your gigantic hand.
Yeah, let me hold it for a second.
You just have to look at the top and the bottom, like the bit where the thing joint. What do you call that? The stalk thing? I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's not like what it is on a mandarin. It's too big to be a mandarin.
Can I just say, I think it's an orange because the skin is too thick to be a mandarin, and there's not that little air pocket between the flesh and the skin like there is on a mandarin.
Not very ripe though. That's because it's not
Preach
right.
on, brother. Preach
I think it's a
on.
mandarin because it's got a flat top and a flat bottom,
You
like
know,
a mandarin.
we'll know as soon as we peel it, right?
Well, that could be the debate. Let's go to the. I'm just going to look at the Facebook. Do we have any calls in? Let's look at the Facebook page
We do.
right now.
We have got Dion on the line. Dion, what do you think? Orange or mandarin? If you've seen it on our Facebook page.
You know what the one in between is? Between an orange and a mandarin, don't you?
What?
It's called a tangelo.
Oh, shivers!
Was this a tangelo?
Dion dropped a bombshell!
It could be a tangelo, okay? So I'm still convinced it's a mandarin. I got mandarin. Clint and Sharyn got orange. Dion reckons tangelo. On the Facebook page, Tammy Meow banters in. Tammy Meow says, what if it's a lemon painted orange?
It's definitely not a lemon painted orange.
What if it's a lemon with a tan?
Okay.
What if it's an apple painted orange?
Sharon Murphy wrote, obviously it's a mandarin. Orange is a colour. Duh.
Oh, that's bad for all Sharons.
Okay. So I've got to say right now that I will bet money that is a mandarin.
Okay, how
I
much?
will bet you a pack of Sour Patch Kids.
I'll bet $7.
$7. Shake on it. I've got $7.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm not putting money in because I always lose when I put money in.
Can I drop a bombshell?
Drop a bombshell.
A mandarin is an orange. The full name for a mandarin is Mandarin Orange from the Orange family.
Wait. That still doesn't mean it can't be a mandarin, though. That still doesn't mean that I'm wrong.
But it does mean that it is an orange.
I'm wrong. I've done research. I've done web research. I've found out about it.
I'm sorry, Clint. Did you just drop your mic and walk away like a mouse?
Hey. Do we have any callers on the phone?
Clint's gone.
Nope. Hit it up top like it don't stop, Clint.
There, I haven't. No.
Guy, Sharyn, and Clint. He's Demi Lovato.
This can't be happening.
It's the edge.
I love being right.
Guy, Sharyn, and Clint. Edge.
Just to let you know, the debate hasn't ended with the orange versus the mandarin.
I've got a lot of photos that our mandarin has been dissected, and I'll be uploading an album to
You just
Facebook.
called it a mandarin.
The acronym FFS was made especially for you.
Okay, anyway, right now we have Chang in the studio. Welcome to the studio, Chang. Chang, do you think it's a mandarin or an orange?
I don't want to argue into this.
Now,
Chang, the reason we've got you in here is because you're in big trouble, mate. We want to discipline you.
we've been watching Chang all show today.
Very close. Creepy.
Without
Yeah, a
a
bit creepy.
word of exaggeration, he has forgotten to do things like put my really awesome Sam Smith audio in.
Yes, my bad.
He has forgotten to do a few things today.
That's a
that-
very important game I'm playing at the moment.
He's been playing this game about tampons on
Mate,
the computer.
I've been watching your screen. It's been refreshing every 10 minutes, and at the top it's flashing. It says Tampon Run.
Yeah.
What are
So
you doing?
Why are you playing Tampon Run?
It's a game. I found it on the internet. It's created by two young girls, 16 and 17 from New York.
Yeah.
And it's like the new Flappy Bird.
Is it though?
Well, I think it is.
Tampon Run.
It is.
You're a 34-year-old man and you're playing Tampon
Just listen.
Run.
So this girls created this game to encourage girls to play games and to make video games.
Play games.
I'm sorry, but
What are girls like?
hello?
Tampons, duh.
Play the Kim Kardashian game.
No, screw that one.
Don't play Tampon Run.
That one you have to spend money. This game you can only play it online.
Okay.
And then what you do is this little girl, and you have to jump. You have to jump to collect the tampons and then shoot it into the bad guys.
Yeah.
Do you realise what you're
You
saying?
shoot tampons into bad guys.
Yeah.
Next you'll be telling me you can only play the game 1 week of the month.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
Okay.
That's good.
Wait.
So, do you want to? Should we play real life Tampon Run? If you stand there, I'll just throw tampons at you.
That's actually not a bad idea.
You've got
This
some
is
sound
the
effects here. Is this
weirdest
what you want to play?
Yeah.
This is the.
I was just playing it and I was recording it.
So this is what the sound of Tampon Run.
Yeah, the game. When the tampon hits the guy, it's a, ooh.
Oh, so it's not when she's.
No.
Listen. This is what you've been doing all day.
Trust me, it's very addictive.
Sharon, is this what tampons sound like?
No.
I'm jumping,
I wish
collecting
they
the
did.
tampons.
It'd be so much more exciting.
Chang
Stop playing it now. It's annoying.
is now doing research on the Tampon Run game. He's printed out 3 pieces of paper of information to tell us about the game. Where can we get it from, Chang? We can get this exciting game.
Just go to the website. I think it's called tamponrun.com.
Will we...
Cheng, one last thing. What's your high score?
34 at the moment.
Try and beat 34. We'll post the link on our Facebook page, and you can try and beat Chang at Tampon Run.
Thank you, Chang.
It's a new Flappy Bird.
Guy, Sharyn and Clint. Edge.
Yesterday, I read an article on the interwebs which blew my mind. It said that in 125,000 years, so just around the corner,
Just an evolutionary long weekend.
men could be extinct. So I asked the question, men, do we need them? What are they good for? It's only fair that today, after we had yesterday a thorough investigation of the issue, today we need to discuss women.
Yeah.
Do we need them?
Yeah.
Can we live without them?
Yeah.
No.
What are they good for?
Boobs.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good.
Can I just say, solid point.
We'll put that on the
Thank you,
on the
Clinton.
positive side, but on the negative side, we'll put irrationally afraid of insects.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
fair enough.
Okay.
That's fair enough.
Can I in the positive side? Can
Yeah.
we add? Man, they smell good.
That's a big
Not
positive.
everyone.
No.
Not all of us, but majority.
As
All
a
of them.
stereotype, they
Yeah.
do.
The ones that smell nice, keep them.
We got Zach on 0800 The Edge. Women, do we need them?
Oh, of course.
Why do you think we need them?
Well, we're all pink on the inside, but it's much more fun to go up the front than out the back.
Well, yeah.
Okay, Zach, okay. I'll agree with you on that one. I'll agree with you on
0800 The
that.
Edge, you're texting to 3343 if you have an opinion. Leighton writes in, yes, we need them, but we could do away with their vocal cords.
Okay, that's an interesting.
Okay, Leighton.
He's
that
like,
has
we
been
want
mean
to get
me.
rid of their annoying voices.
Yes, keep them, but don't give them the right to talk. Is that what he's
Sorry.
saying?
That was messed up.
What
Sorry for
about
reading
if I
that one
talk
out.
like this? Do I sound more like a man? We've got another Zach on the line. Zach, woman, do we need them?
Is this the same Zach as before?
Absolutely not.
Why do you think we
know
don't?
why?
Why not?
Well, in my case, I'm gay.
Okay.
Oh, so you're like living in a self-sustaining world.
Ha ha ha. Plus, yeah, men, we've got our right hand. We should be fine.
Okay, Zach, are you proud to be gay?
Yes.
Okay, because
I'm flamboyant about
if
it.
there were no women, you wouldn't be gay. You'd be heterosexual,
Normal.
wouldn't you? Yeah. No, I wasn't going to say normal. I was like, well, that's the wrong word to use. But yeah, you wouldn't stand out anymore. You wouldn't be the flamboyant difference.
No, I'd still be flamboyant. I just have my pick of the litter.
This is true, Zach. This is
Great
true.
call.
Zach, David. David, woman. Yeah, do we need them?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we do, of course.
What's your case?
Why?
Because some of them can cook.
Yeah, no, I'd be extinct.
Some of them. Thank you for that sexist answer. We really appreciate it and enjoy your feedback. And if you've got something to add, 0800 The Edge or text in 3343. I want to talk about this some more.
Let's continue the conversation. Women, there is actually no scientific research that suggests that they are on the brink of extinction, much like us boys on the other hand, but let's still pose the question, do we need them?
You'll always have a lady in your life if we didn't exist. Your old friend, Angelina.
Let's put a wig on her, eh?
A little dress.
Get a couple calluses in the middle.
Cut to the music!
Draw some nipples.
Cut to the music!
Robbie, what do you think? Women, do we need them?
Fuck, I mean, look, we do. I mean, it's just flat out. I mean, where's the rest of the population going to come from?
That's true.
Obviously,
there is
it's a
that side of
straightforward
it.
question.
Yeah.
Obviously, everyone knows that. We're not going to get into the details about how that happens, but,
No.
you know, who talks sense into men? I mean,
Yeah.
you know, I like women. You know, I've got nothing against, gays or anything, but women, they talk sense to us.
Yeah,
No,
Robbie.
I mean,
that's what you did.
I've got a few jokes if you want some.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, Robbie.
Robbie, I thought you would have said, if there weren't women who'd clean out my bong, but carry on with your jokes.
What?
No,
Why would you presume that I'm a stoner?
Robbie,
carry on.
what are your
What
jokes, mate? Your set's almost up.
Robbie, what are your jokes?
What are my jokes?
Yes.
All right, don't get angry at me, okay? I didn't make them up. I
Don't
just
swear.
heard them.
Don't
All right?
swear.
All right, okay, don't swear.
Don't
All right,
swear.
Don't swear, Rob. Okay, don't get angry at me. All right, I didn't make them up. How did the woman get from the kitchen to the bedroom?
Oh, God.
How?
How?
It was like magic, man.
With a vacuum cleaner.
Hang on. Is
He's
this
cracking himself up.
Robbie, is this Rob from jail?
Yeah.
Oh, God!
Bloody Rob! Hey, mate.
Now it's funny. Now it's funny.
What's funny, Rob?
No, he said now it's funny.
No.
Rob, you're going to be back to jail if you keep on doing offensive jokes like that, mate. Stick him inside out of jail, eh?
The women in jail are quite nice.
People who listen to the show on 6 o'clock will be familiar with Rob from jail. Thank you for your contribution, Rob.
You're the man.
Thank you.
No worries.
Now I know I was right. Emma, women, do we need them?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm sorry, but no matter how hard you guys try, you just really won't be able to reproduce. So,
And we're trying pretty hard.
Well, Emma, no need to go all scientific on us.
but yeah, you know, who wouldn't do guys washing and all that?
A gay dude's like, I've been trying to reproduce all week and it just hasn't been working for me.
But I'm going to keep on trying.
Keep trying.
That will not deter me.
Thanks, Emma. And it looks like the girls are ringing in to stick up for themselves. Sue, welcome to the show. Women, do we need them?
Absolutely, because no one can do without their mum.
Oh!
Sue, I think you just won the argument there.
You definitely did.
I think you just ended the whole thing.
You nailed it.
Absolutely.
Guy, Sharyn, and Clint on the edge.
Chang's here. Hi, Chang.
Hello.
How are you, mate?
Good.
Yeah. Tomorrow we've got Guy, Sharyn, and Clint Ask Me Anything.
Got a really interesting person coming in tomorrow. A medium.
Ooh.
A medium what?
A medium, like a psychic person.
Oh, a spiritual medium.
Yeah. Her name's Karen Anderson.
Wow.
What's her name?
Karen, Carin.
Yeah.
Karen.
And what's her last name?
Anderson.
Oh,
And
okay,
what
cool.
sort of questions are we going to be able to ask Karen?
Just answer anything. It's an AMA. I told her that.
But I just feel like we're going to get a whole lot of people that just ring up and ask to get in contact with people. And that usually takes a little bit longer than normal. So
When we had a doctor on and everyone was just calling out for free medical advice.
is it going to be more like how do they do things and...
Yep, she'll answer any question. I found her on Facebook.
I must say right now that my interest is piqued and my brain is tickled because I have so many questions. I want to know how... I want to prove if it's real, basically. That's what I want to do. I'm like, I cannot believe that immediate... Do you know what we need to do? Do you know what we need to do? We need to get this woman to try and... so she's going to predict the future? Sharon's volunteering.
Volunteer, do you know...
Sharon, do you reckon your brain can handle it, though?
No, do you know what a medium is? It's not being
reads the future.
No, it's a medium. A spiritual medium is like somebody that they like talk to like spirits that have passed away. I've been to quite a few mediums.
So we can't prove them wrong.
Can I give you...
We're not going to try and prove it wrong, mate.
Can I give you 3 examples of when I've been to a medium that have known things that nobody else knew?
Okay.
Number one, my friend, like one of my best friends, sadly passed away, and we used to work together. And she goes, I don't know why, but while I'm trying to tell you what he's saying to you, and she started humming this song. She's like, all I can hear is this song that he's singing, and I can't get the words. And she hummed it to me. It was the song that we closed our store to every single night. Like, no way that she could have known
Was it
that.
closing time?
No, it was Sex Bomb by Tom Jones.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so she started humming that to us. And then she said, and he's dancing around in a white suit. He was buried in a white suit.
What?
So crazy. Next one, she was with my grandfather, and she told me exactly how my grandfather died, and she goes, but it's all good now because he can have custard squares and ginger beer whenever he wants. Those were the 2 things I used to take my grandfather for morning tea.
They weren't that specific, were they?
Yes, that's specific. She's told me custard squares and ginger beer. That's what I used to take him. Then, 3rd medium I went to.
This is blowing my mind.
She told me that I would, because I was with a guy at the time. She said, who was my first boyfriend. She said I would marry my 3rd really serious boyfriend, and he would have short hair and a scar through his left eyebrow. My husband is my 3rd serious boyfriend.
Yeah.
He's got short, balding brown hair, and he has...
Didn't need to put the jibe in there.
No, well, I knew that one of you would make the joke. And he's got a scar through his left eyebrow.
Okay, are you sure you didn't just marry the 3rd guy that you had?
Yeah, but...
No.
Okay.
But if you believe...
But how, like...
The other 2 were amazing. The other 2 were
I
amazing.
didn't even notice that he had the scar on his eyebrow until I looked at our wedding photos.
I was sceptical. You've said that. I'm now convinced. I'm excited about tomorrow to get my
You've just got to
future
go to
dead people
you've
read.
just got to go to a good one.
No, but then she could have been telling her things that she wants to know, and then she'll go and find that guy with that left eyebrow scar and stuff.
Could be.
Yeah.
No, that's the difference.
Totally not.
No, but those are the 2 different viewpoints on it. So either way, whether you believe in the spiritual world or whether you're hugely skeptical, it's going to be interesting for you either way, because you'll be sitting in there in the car going, wow, or you'll be going, that's total bull crap, I don't believe that at all. So for that reason, tomorrow at 5 o'clock, you'll be listening to The Edge when we have an Ask Me Anything with a spiritual medium.
Tell you one last thing. When my cousin died, lady said she'll give you a sign when she gets there. You'll get 3 flickers and a light and a loud noise in your house. Happened. No shit.
Might have been Bryce, though.
No, we didn't live together.
Light switch and drop in a pan.
We didn't live together, so get it.
I bet Bryce cut a scar in his eyebrow so you'd marry him.
That guy tried to dodge me for 2 years.
Guy,
no
Sharyn
way.
and Clint, The Edge.
Guy, Sharyn and Clint on The Edge.
That's it. But before we go, there is quick time for a podcast extra.
Podcast extra.
Okay, my decision to do what we're going to do on the podcast, the extra today, and I would like to bring up the debate that's been raging throughout the show, which is Mandarin versus Orange.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
It's still going.
Got anything to add to how you were incorrect about
No,
it being
I
a
did
Mandarin?
internet research since we last spoke, and the internet...
You're right. Sorry. How did I get that wrong? Everything on the internet's true.
No, but this is from a real site called thedifferencebetween.com, a
Oh,
website
yeah.
that helps people tell the difference between things. So check it out. This segment has been brought to you by differencebetween.com. Let's look at what is the difference between an orange and a mandarin. Number 1, oranges are more round in shape, whereas mandarins are flatter at the ends. Just like my example right here. Number 2, mandarins are easier to peel than oranges. Clint, how easy was it to peel this mandarin that we had?
Harder than a mandarin, but easier than an orange.
Okay, number 3, mandarins have flatter taste than oranges.
Flatter taste?
Yeah, which I think is definitely true.
No.
Like, it's more citrusy in an orange.
No,
we both
that
tasted
was
it.
very zesty. That
Okay.
was I ate part of that. Very zesty.
Mate, you are dreaming, mate.
And inside there, millions of little orange globule things.
No, but it's the globules in mandarins as well.
Not as many. Hang on, let's get to the end of this.
Okay, mandarins are native to southeast China, whereas oranges are grown in all tropical and subtropical climates around the world.
Mate, we import oranges.
That one doesn't really help, to
No.
be honest. But anyway, in conclusion, flat ends are my piece of evidence that I bring to the table. Sharyn, what's your evidence to prove it's an orange? Sharyn, do you have any? Sharon's checked out.
I dropped the mic on you being wrong like a long time
but you
ago.
don't even have a point, though, do you?
Yes, the point is, it's an orange. Suck it up.
No, but you don't have any evidence.
Yes, I do.
You don't have any evidence.
What's your
The
evidence?
was presented
What's
in
your
Clint and
evidence?
I's presentation earlier. So all I have to say to you is a
Clint,
quote from the top
Clint,
twins.
no, she's out. She's out. Clint. Oh, that really hurt. Clint, what's your evidence that it's an orange?
I still maintain that a mandarin is an orange.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
you
in that
can't
case,
really argue with me there.
No. I absolutely agree with you.
Yeah.
But our difference was between whether it's a mandarin or
Can
whether
I
it's an
please-
orange. It
can
could
I-
still be a mandarin. We'll never get to the bottom of this.
Can I please quote the top twins, a very famous New Zealand groundbreaking band?
Did they say it's an orange?
Sorry, I got my mouth full of mandarin.
Bullshit, shove it, stick it in the Women's Weekly.
See you guys.
I love that song.
Today's Guy, Sharyn and Clint podcast is brought to you by Grass. Perfect for gardens and sport. Get grass today from your friendly grass vendor.